We're going to start here at the tail of Docket Boulevard Park. We get to the top of the ramp, we turn right, go past the lavatories, and enter 10th Avenue. We're going to turn right to head south. It's going to be a bit of a combination of road and trail. We're going to continue south past these buildings, past the Fairhaven Green. We're going to cross Harris Avenue and continue on. Once we pass these buildings, you're going to see the road turn to the left and go up a hill. Watch carefully for this entrance to the Interurban Trail. Welcome to Bellingham's Interurban Trail. Basically, you're going to stay on the trail, keep the road to your right as you can see, but stay on the main trail. That little trail to the left you do not want to be on. Some of this can be quite steep. You notice I'm walking down a very steep hill where the path is quite narrow. You know you're going in the right direction when you see yourself going under this bridge, which is the 12th Street Bridge that separates 12th Street from Chuckanut Drive. Moving along, you will see a railing on your left. And you're going to see a small road here. We cross that road, going straight, keeping that bollard to your right. By the way, you notice this trail is fairly quiet, even though this is a weekday. Now, coming up on your left is yet another railing. Once you pass that, you need to look for this bollard on your right.
Well, here we are at a crossroads on the trail, and this is often missed and you may get a little confused. If you're headed to Fairhaven Park, which we did in the last video, you can see Fairhaven Park and it points that way, which would be to your right. If you want to continue on the main trail to head on out to Aurora Park and eventually to Larrabee State Park, you need to go straight or continue in that direction. So, just be careful here. Too many of us get lost, and I don't like anyone getting lost.
So let's continue on straight ahead. You'll be coming to yet another railing on your left, and then you're going to end up on a wide sidewalk. Bare left, as you can see. And by the way, we're going to come to a trailhead.
Here we are at the Interurban Trailhead on Old Fairhaven Way. If you should get lost and end up on Old Fairhaven Way, this is a good place to get away from the noise of the traffic and into the quiet solitude of the forest and our Interurban Trail and the 100-acre wood.
From Old Fairhaven, you see the entrance to your right, a small parking lot, and here are some interpretive signs. And by the way, images of these will be on the companion website, as you see on the bottom of your screen. The entrance to the trail is marked by a little bridge. The hill here, by the way, is extremely steep. I walked up it. Even with that, I almost fell down. Here we are back on the sidewalk. Welcome back to the trail. We're going to be crossing two small streets. The first one here is 20th Avenue, and a little bit later will be 22nd Avenue. Then we're going to come to yet another trailhead on Old Fairhaven. That trailhead, by the way, has no parking, but it does have a very nice interpretive sign. This is a map of the trail and some information about the trail. It is old, it is tired and hard to read. Photographs of this will be on the companion website, bicyclebellingham.com. Here I'm pointing to where the missing link is. We'll show you that later on. And by the way, to our dear beloved friends from the Seattle area, you may notice that our Interurban trail here is very different than the Interurban trail in the Seattle area going through Federal Way, Kent, Auburn, and Algona. This is not a commuter trail. It goes to destinations such as the 100-acre wood to your right. It is not paved. It is hard packed gravel, which is suitable for most bicycle tires, and it's very little traffic. We are here on a weekday afternoon, and you can see very, very little traffic and very, very quiet. Often there are forests on both sides of the trail. Here we're coming to a crossroads. The correct direction is off to the right, but let's show you where we end up if we make the mistake and go straight on ahead. It's a little bit of a journey, but you're going to end up at a beautiful little lover's lane and place of solitude, as you can see here.
Here is where you will end up if you kept going straight instead of turning right on the trail. This is the end of this segment of the Interurban Trail, and this makes a great lover's lane. I wonder how many marriages were started here on this very park bench.
Let's go to the right, which is the correct direction, unless you want to visit Lover's Lane. This goes down a long hill, which you're going to have to come up going in the other direction. Numerous twists and turns with railings will eventually lead you to Old Famish Road. As we continue down this trail, you are going to come to a stop sign, and you can see the trail continuing across the street as we see here. Please do not use that trail. That is the portion of the trail where there is a bridge that has been knocked out. You take Old Famish Road to the right until you get to Chuckanut Drive. We're going to cross Chuckanut Drive here and go south on Chuckanut Drive. About a half a mile or so on Chuckanut Drive. There's no shoulder, but on a weekday the traffic is fairly light. First thing you see on your left is the Chuckanut Drive Trailhead. as you see here. Looking further down the drive from this vantage point, you will see California Avenue, which is where we're going to go. But let's first visit the trailhead just to show you. The entrance to the trail is just past that portable toilet. This trail is very narrow and very steep. In my opinion, it is not even worth trying to bring a bicycle up this hill. This is a hiking trail. It got to the point that I did not feel safe walking any further with my bicycle beyond about this point. So let's continue on chucking it until we get to California Street. We're going to carefully watch for traffic and then make a turn to the left to get on to California Street. California Street is a dead-end street. Got very little traffic, but it is a very steep and long hill before you come to the entrance of the trail. You will see a pedestrian sign and the trails on both sides. On the left is a trail that goes to a rural park and the bridge that's been knocked out. We will be turning right here onto the trail. I must tell you though that the trail does continue to go up a long, long hill. From here on, the trail is continuous all the way to Larrabee State Park. You will be crossing some streets. Further description of this route, however, is in another video of mine entitled The 5 Parks Tour. Well, I think that's it. Again, I hope to see you out on the road or the trails, and if we see each other, please say hi. And of course, I love you all.